I have three goals for 2026, and I'm so excited about them because they literally feel like me. And they're so honest. My three main goals for 2026, I want to become a better storyteller. I want to learn a new language, and I want to read more books. Now, my Amazon book order came yesterday. You guys, I'm so excited. We are going to dive into what I got, why I picked what I picked, and the other goals that I have on the list. So, in 2026, becoming a better storyteller is something that I have wanted to give myself permission to do for a long time, but imposter syndrome kind of stole the show from you, girl. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, I love how stories connect people. I love how I can feel so seen through a story. I love when you hear somebody speaking in a way where it's just like you feel like you were there. You can envision the situation. And I think a lot of stories pull us together. They root us in who we are. They add this like cohesive life experience, this like universal experience where you just get it. And for a moment in time, maybe you escape your problems. Maybe you are in just another world of Delulu. Maybe you are reading this beautiful love story and you're reminded by how there's hope for you. Maybe there's someone else that got a cancer diagnosis and you just hear the resiliency and strength in their story and you know that that's available to you too. Whatever it may be, I am just like so drawn to storytelling. And I really had to give myself permission because for years, as a multifaceted woman, I tried to put all my multi-fascinations under the rug. I feel like we weren't given permission to enjoy many different things. We were told we have to focus on one thing and be great at one thing and be boxed in. And that just didn't work for me. So as I've been unlearning and giving myself permission and just breaking down like traditional barriers in this non-traditional way, I just feel so liberated. And storytelling is one of my many ways of liberation and creativity. So I'm excited to lean into that. The second, in no particular order, but I want to learn another language. I had French class in sixth grade. Yeah, I think it was sixth grade, which was forever ago. And we learned French. It was so, I don't know, it was hard, but exciting at the same time. And then fast forward to college, I had an opportunity to study abroad. I actually spent a month in Paris. Picture this, 21-year-old girl out of the country for the first time ever in her entire life. My mom's not there, my dad's not there. I'm there with my teacher and some classmates, and I'm somewhere where I don't know the language. And lucky enough, they provided us with a French class that we got to take so we could learn the language while we're there and slightly become a little fluent, or at least enough to survive, really, in my opinion. And I loved that so much. Now, don't ask me if it all if it all stuck. There's a couple where, bonjour. I said, obviously, I said that all the time. And je m'appelle Renee. S'il vous plaît? What does that mean? I don't know. See? Rusty. Okay. Proving my point. So I want to challenge myself to learn a new language this year. And a part of that is also this underlining desire to spend some time abroad. And if I'm going to be abroad, I want to be somewhere where I can at least speak to the language of those around me. I think that's so important. I think it's respectful to people's culture when you go to their land, when you go to where they are, when you go to their atmosphere. Make the effort to learn, you know? So that brings me to my Amazon book order. It took a little long to get here. I may have went a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I balled out. Okay. I balled out. I felt good about it. I didn't, have any regrets. I happily gave my card with confidence. This would have cost me an arm and a leg if I were at Barnes and Noble. This probably would have been like a $200 order. But all of this, I think, came to like $80. And I have one more book on the way. So I am a reader. I have literally 3 boxes of books in my storage unit back in Atlanta. And I have books above me. I do what I can, and I'm excited to do so much more. I stumbled upon this dope Threads account, and she like just had the most legit book recommendations. Some books I'd heard of before, some I'd never heard of, but they intrigued me. And I'm a girl where I gotta read books that bounce off of the season of life that I'm in, that speak to, where I'm at, where I desire to go, what I want to do, just what intrigues me. And then of course some books that kind of help me get a little mentally lost when I'm not trying to do like self-help, productivity, things like that. So I'm excited about every single book that I have because I think it's the most beautiful balance of all of that. Now, I quite legit didn't remember what I ordered because I just ordered what she recommended. I ordered something familiar, and I'm just going to share with you what I got. Okay. So this one is, I think this is a fan favorite. I have this book in my storage unit, so I'll probably end up reading this one and giving it away to somebody else. But You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I believe it's how you say her last name. How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. If you've been following any of my conversations we've been having on YouTube or even my threads, because that's where it's really unfiltered, I cannot stress enough the level of encouragement to live your life, create a life worth living. And do it on your own terms. The moment that I got that breast cancer diagnosis, when my boss called me into the room, I was like, what the hell? And going through that journey showed me I need to live with more free will. I want to feel more liberated. I went through this journey of, okay, how do I want to feel, Renee? Like, I was working 40 hours a week, battling traffic to get to this job. And it wasn't so much the job that was stressful, but the environment was stressful. And I was doubting my greatness. I was not living what felt like an awesome life. I felt like I was in like the twilight zone of reality. And going through cancer showed me, girl, you are worth everything. You are worth everything and more. You are worth your happiness, your joy. You are worth the reality of what you really want. Like, bet on yourself, trust yourself, do that, make that happen. And that's, I guess, why I chose some of the books that I chose, because I'm walking this journey out in real life and I've been bringing y'all along with me. So book number 1. Book number 2, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, Time-Tested Methods for Conquering Worry. Dale Carnegie, I've heard his name so many times. Pretty sure I got another book with his in storage, but this looked really juicy. I believe she kind of listed it as like a book to come back to that she's read time and time again. I can't remember for sure. But it says like this guides you into discovering how to quickly pinpoint solutions to any problem that can be put into action right away. Worry less about business and finances. Sleep better and actually feel refreshed each day. Gain appreciation and gratitude, and stop getting stuck on criticism. So I'm like, all right, this won't hurt. This one, The Simple Path to Wealth, Your Roadmap to Financial Independence and a Rich, Free Life. I'm like, okay, I never heard this book before, but her notes on this book were so good. It says you'll discover the radical, simple investment strategy that works when most advice fails, the art of building FU money for true independence and security, how to manage retirement accounts, asset allocation, and market cycles. And this actually comes at great timing because I'm entering year 2 of working with my finance coach. Why can't I say that? Year 2 of working with my finance coach. I've absolutely dreaded and enjoyed our time together. I mean, this working with her was like my first time actually doing investments separate from like, 401ks from your job and things like that too. And just really understanding money, but understanding money in the sense of how it applies to any situation that I'm going through, understanding my numbers and percentages and, just everything with my tides and just everything. It has been so good having a personal coach. I'm a firm believer of hire where you'll excel, hire where you can pay to get the results. If you sometimes don't have the time to give to get certain results. So yeah, I think she'll be proud of me. Hopefully she sees that video. Okay, this one, healing trauma to reclaim your authentic self. Homecoming. Dr. Thema Bryant. I have heard her name more in the past like 3 months than I ever have before. And this speaks to me because this has actually been like such a big embodied belief that I've obtained in the past, probably deeply 6 months, but a year and a half, almost 2 years since I moved back to my parents' house, which I shared that video. I moved back to my parents' house at 35. And I shared a video about some things that I learned too. So feel free to check either of those out. But this speaks volumes when you are a woman that has gone through something traumatic, when you have had a situation happen that like just shook your core. I'm a baby lost mom. My son passed away 36 weeks in my pregnancy. I am a stage 2 breast cancer survivor. Just healing through trauma. I'm like, reclaiming who you are is one of the most powerful things you can do when you peel back the layers to realize who you are. So I'm like, this got to speak to that. I feel like this is going to be good. Okay, activate your future self. The secret to effortlessly becoming the happiest, healthiest, and wealthiest you. Now, I don't remember how I picked this one up, to be honest, but gaining clarity on what your dream life looks like and what you really want, change your self-image and become yourself through visualization, mental rehearsal, activations, writing prompts, and more. Maintain your future self frequency every day using Mimi's unique achievement tool, the bounce back rate. So I'm excited. Okay. I think this speaks for itself. And last but not least, you excited too, Cardi? Yeah. Get on in it, girl. How play shifts our thinking, inspires connection, and sparks creativity. Playful. I'm so excited about this more than anything. If you know anything about me, I am the biggest advocate of living a playful life. I've learned a few theories in my graduate program, in clinical mental health graduate program. And I've learned some theories where it's just like, oh my God, I cannot wait to be able to speak on this more and share more of this. We talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Some of these theories are in relation to it's called the reality theory. And it's very similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs in the sense of like, the fun, playful piece is what I hone in on because so many people are disconnected from that. Many people they go to work, they go home, but they're lacking true, full fulfillment that creates the embodied wholeness of a person. When you don't have play, when you've lost that kid-like touch in you, you are really living life under a cloud. And life is not joyful. It's not fulfilling. It's not interesting. It's dull and it's boring. Sorry. So I'm so excited to get into this one more than you know, because that is so near and dear to my heart. Okay. So those are my initial books to kick off 2026. I am really going to try to figure out how to read more than just these next year. I really want to be a woman that reads, like a well-read woman. And it's interesting when you start reading outside of your normal activities, it sparks creativity. It gets you thinking. You see yourself in the book. You maybe think about something that you never thought about before. You just have no idea like where it's going to take you, especially if you're intentional about doing the journal prompts, if it comes with those, and using a little bit of chat GPT in there too to like help discover, or unpack. I've really fallen in love with Claude AI. I used to get down with the regular chat GPT, but Claude AI has become my go-to. Sorry, y'all. Cardi Paris just opened the door. We have 3 dogs and they freely just, I don't know. I thought it was closed. She's in here and she's looking for something. This is my life. Okay. Anyhow, I'm excited. Those are my goals. I would love to hear yours. Leave me a comment in the comments below. Let me know what couple of goals you have for 2026. What are you working towards? If you're learning a new language and you have any recommendations of a good app, let me know. You want to say hi, Periana? Say hi, Paris. Say hi, mamas. We are a dog family over here. Hi, Paris. Hi, baby girl. Okay. Oh, hi, Pigeon. Hi. Okay, it's a party. Hi. Okay. Okay. All right, Cardi. Nope. Don't do that. All right, PJ. Okay, let me put. All right. Yep. There's the video. At the end. Okay. No, Cardi, chill out. Paris, get out that box. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh my God.